I'm going to paint the side of our dinghy this afternoon, our display dinghy, and I've picked on Aquacote 415. So the first thing I'm doing, I'm bringing it up to the 100mm mark. It should be truckload. There we go, that's close to 100mm. Notice our U-butte tin pourers, they're brilliant. They save you getting all paint in the gutter of your tin. And I just sit the lid there. So the next thing we do, we add our cross linker, and it's 45 drops per 100mm or 1.5%. Now when you put it in, and I'm not counting, I think I'm about 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So as you do it, stir it as you mix your drops in and get it stirred in well. Scrape around the side, mix it in well. Now Aquacote's got the advantage, even though I've just cross-linked it, you can still pour it back in the container and save it for later. What the cross-linker does, it improves its molecular structure and it makes it more chemical and scratch resistant, and that's what the cross-linker does. So that's all we do to mix him. Now on a hot day you'd probably put 10 to 20% water in that. I'm going to give it a go without water, so let's see what happens. Next thing we do, so I've wiped the boat down and got rid of all the dust, or what I thought was all the dust. I can see a couple of marks there. And I've wet our brushes out, so you always wet your brushes out, and this one's been used before. You can see a little bit of white on it. Wetting the brush out helps with cleaning and stopping the Aquacote drying on it. So always wet your brushes out before you start, it'll save you a lot of heartache. Shake the excess moisture out, and then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put a bit on where we've had to sand through. I'm going to put an initial coat on there and really feather it out. So anywhere where there's a spot like that, and then once we do that, we'll then do a full coat. This has been navy blue before, so we're going back to a mid blue. We've decided we're going to change tack and go for a mid blue. If you look, we'd actually put a coat of black down first. If you're doing the dark colours, it pays to put a coat of black down first, because the blue looks very purplish if you don't. By putting a coat of black down first, it comes up beautiful. And she's on. So now I'm going to start from this end. So I'm going full strength. I may have made a mistake, but let's see how we go. Normally when it's warmer you water down with 10 to 20% water, but I think we're going to get away with it here. So I'm going to go full strength because we'll get better coverage if I can. We've used very good masking tape. This masking tape, the paint won't weep under it. If you use cheap tape from a major department store, it'll weep under it. We've found this 3M tape works very well. The paint won't seep under it, and that's what it's designed for. If you look, I'm doing minimal massaging with this. You don't want to play with it too much. You put it on and walk away from it, don't keep playing with it. In the gutters here, I'm going up in there and we'll pull that out. Oh, this is coming up nice. What a beautiful colour.
Matches your shirt.
Woohoo! Looks neater than the shirt. Notice I don't play with it. If you do and it started to tip off, it will go lumpy on you, trust me. Work as fast as you can. Come here. You're best off putting 3 or 4 thin coats on and trying to put thick coats.
It's a nice colour, hey?
It is a nice colour.
Did you make it?
No, it's a standard Aquacote colour.
Great fishing boat colour.
So you can see how we've got into this. I don't muck around with it, don't go back over it and tip it off. You're better off just nice light coats and spread it fairly well. And whoops, it had actually started to dry there. I've actually made it a little bit lumpy in that spot. I might even put 10% water for the next coat so I get it to spread a little better. Because if you look, it has got a few lines in it. I think I'll need about 10 to 20% water in the next coat. But so easy to put on, no mucking around with it. And just spread it out, nice long strokes. Yeah, I'll definitely put some water in it in the next coat because it's grabbing a little bit when I go to fresh surface. And I have got a few lumps in it.
Well, that would be a bit due to the temperature today in the air?
Yeah, it's a fairly, it's about 25, 26 degrees here, so it's fairly warm.
So it's tipping a little fast.
Yep, she's tipping a little fast, but that's alright. Not bad for a first coat. I've used a lot less than I thought. I've probably used about 30, maximum 40 mil of paint. So next time I won't mix up near as much. So our next step is wash out in our water. Actually, I'm going to squeeze out first and get rid of the excess paint. I probably should have squeezed back into there, but I don't like contaminating. So I washed our brush out. We'll take that and put it in some clear fresh water now, but that's washed out. So beautiful water base. Then we pour the leftover back into our tin. Don't leave it in the plastic container. I've learnt that, and you'll probably find quite often it's a source of contamination. And don't scrape all the paint off into your container, and I'll show you why in a minute. We'll just let the majority of this run out. That's enough. You're better off wasting a little bit than try and get the last little drop in. But if you look on the side of the container, it's already skinned off. See, that's dry on the side, and if you try and scrape it to get the majority of it back in, you'll more than likely put cured paint in there and cause lumps for yourself. Just take it and wash it out in water. It's so easy. Alright, and now we just wash him out in water. Water-based, beautiful paint. There's no solvent in this stuff. The Aquacote is a genuine water-based paint. Most of the others in the marketplace, they use surfactants. See how that's dry on the inside? That's why you wipe your container out after each coat. Don't leave it sit in the container and wait for the next time round, because if you pick up any of that, that's going to be on your surfaces a lot. And it comes off these plastic measure cups. They're magic. This one I've been using for Aquacote for a week or two now, and I just keep it clean. So what I do, once I get the majority off, just a rag, and just wipe around, and the paint will pull off. Oops, I've still got a little bit inside there. Good old water. Hey, isn't that much better than playing with solvent? And a lot bloody safer. And while we're at it, our paint tin lid pourer, just give him a bit of a cleaner in the groove, and it's ready for next time too. That's how to make painting easy. And the stuff will stick to you if it dries on you. It'll stay on there. It's a really good fingernail polish. It sticks pretty well. That's it, that'll wear off. All done. So for a second coat, I've already put the cross linker in. Now I'm going to add some water. I've got 10 ml on a syringe. I've put 50 ml of paint in there. So I'm going to try about 5 ml of water. And we'll see how that goes. Well, we're down to our 5 ml. And mix that in. What the water does, it slows it down actually drying. So it gives it a little bit more time to tip off and us to play with it. Whereas it was tipping off very fast this morning. I may end up with a bit of rough surface in a couple of spots. So hopefully this is going to just slow it down. See how it's a bit thinner? And it'll slow it down. No, nothing stopping you in real hot weather. Don't be frightened to put up to 50% water in it. And just do a couple more coats. That's all you need to do. Alright, I'm going to throw this fella on. Ah, that's better. We've taken all the lines out of it. There you go. Oh, you got another homely little character. Worst having to work out in the open. Yeah, that's much better. It was good to have the first coat a little bit thicker because it covered better, but it was, and we've ended up with a small run there. Yeah, because we have been a little bit thick, but that's alright. Look at that, it's already level. Oh, this is magnificent. It's going on really well. So nice long strokes, don't try and get it too thick.
Is that why you're using a foam brush?
Yeah, these foam brushes, they're special brushes. Don't buy the cheap stuff from the hardware stores. They actually aerate it, but these fellas do a really good job. You don't get aeration with these like you do with the cheap ones from the hardware stores. That we sell these, they're very good quality. They're not expensive. They're not much more expensive than the cheap ones, and they do 10 times the job. Look how fast I'm putting this on. It's going on like a dream. Looks $1 million. Ha ha. Hey. Who'd hand paint a boat, eh? Look at this. I'm pretty well going to do the side of the boat in 5 minutes. And don't tip it off. Don't come back and tip it off. If you want to tip it off, and make sure you don't get a run like I got there before, then what you do, you actually have the person go along directly behind you. Don't get the paint on and then come back and think you're going to tip it off, because if it started to dry on the surface, you'll make a mess. It'll actually go lumpy on you, this stuff. I call it lazy man's paint. Whoops, we've got a doohickey in there. Bit of hair or something. We'll just wipe that out. Look at that, and then go back over it. And you'll be the only ones that'll know it's there because you saw it on the video. Look how far it goes. I'm going to be lucky if I use 20 to 30 mil of Aquacote in this. I started out with 50, and I reckon I'm going to have most of it still left over. Look how easy it is to apply. I don't think we're going to need more than 2 coats, Charlotte.
It looks really good.
Yeah.
Very swish.
You know, the fact that we had the dark blue down first, I think, helped.
Yeah.
That's alright. Oh, this is going on so easy. It's magnificent. Even if I say so. Right, you're not supposed to look underneath this boat. Just there to show you how to do it.
Look at the difference though.
Look at that, eh? Isn't that magnificent?
Wow.
Hello?
It's shiny. Woohoo!
Yeah. No, don't play with it.
Step away.
Yes, step away. That's right. Don't play with it. It's the worst thing you can do with Aquacote. So that's when you will make a mess.
Hello.
G'day. You ready?
Yeah.
Bugger off, bug. Now, I've just put myself into a corner. I should have painted up here before I went here. Because you watch, I'm bound to get bloody blue paint all over my trousers now. Not that that matters. I'm more worried.
I think that your trousers have some paint on them already.
I'm more worried about the boat than my trousers. I'd agree with that. I've got to get value for money out of the bloody things. Jesus. I'm wearing my Sunday best around here.